السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول، مدد يا سادات أصحاب، مدد يا مشايخ دستور مولانا شيخ عبد الله فاز داصر شيخ محمد الحقاني. مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجمعية. Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor, azı çoğu sarhoş eden şey, azı da günahtır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that if something makes you drunk, then even a small amount of that substance is forbidden.
Onun için içkiyi de yalnız içki demiyor, sarhoş eden şeyler.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, does not only limit this to alcohol, but he speaks in general terms and refers to everything that makes you drunk or lose your mind.
Sarhoş eden şey, şimdi bir hayli bir şeyler çıktı. Ottan tut, haptan tut. Yine.
And there are many ways how people get drunk, lose their minds these days. It's not only alcohol, they smoke weed, they take drugs.
Tut. O hepsi haramdır.
And they use syringes with substances. And all these things which make you lose your mind, which make you, put you in a state of drunkenness, are all forbidden, haram.
Yani onlar, biz içki içmiyoruz da ot kullanıyoruz. Ottur, günahı yoktur derler.
Don't say such a thing like, I don't use alcohol, I only smoke weed, it's just grass, it's not forbidden. Don't say such a thing.
Yok, öyle bir şey yok.
It is forbidden, it is haram.
Günahtır. Sarhoş ettiği için günahtır.
Everything that makes you drunk, lose your mind, is forbidden, is haram.
Ne olursa olsun,
no matter what it is.
Sarhoş eden şeyler günahtır.
Everything that makes you lose your mind, that makes you, puts you into a state of being drunk, is haram, forbidden.
Sarhoş eden şey nedir? Aklını başından alan insanı.
Everything that makes you drunk, and what does drunk mean? It means losing your mind, losing your consciousness. All these things are forbidden, haram.
Deli eden insanı.
Those things which make you go crazy are haram.
İnsanın parayla deli olmak istiyor.
And people, they even pay money in order to get drunk, in order to lose their minds and get crazy.
Hani Allah ne diyelim, nefsimize uydurmasın.
What can we say? May Allah Almighty protect us from following our egos.
Nefsi insanı şey yapınca deli ediyor.
And this is the end of what happens when one follows one's ego. In the end, you go crazy.
Deli olacaksan git tımarhaneye yat.
If you want to be crazy, go to a mental hospital.
Bu şey değil, yani akıl, bizim Allah'a şükür Şam'da fazla yoktu. Bir tane müptela bir komşumuz vardı, Allah rahmet eylesin. O da sonra tevbe etti. İçki içerdi.
When we used to live in Damascus back in the days, there were not that many people getting addicted using drugs or drinking alcohol. And we had one neighbor who used to drink alcohol, but who then repented and asked Allah Almighty for forgiveness. May Allah Almighty bless his soul and have mercy on him.
İçince biz şaşırdık. Derler de hacı, işte bu aklı başından gidiyor.
And when he would drink, we were surprised about the state he would be in. And our blessed mother Hacı Anne would explain that when he drinks, he loses his mind.
Allah Allah diyor, nasıl aklı başından gidiyor da.
And we were surprised and wondering, how can this happen that somebody loses his mind?
Deli oldu diye biliyoruz. Sonra şey yapıyor diyor, bir vakit aklının başı deli oluyor, ondan sonra düzeliyor.
And our mother would explain that, yeah, sometimes he loses his mind, but then he gets better again.
Bu insanlar yani parayla delilik istiyor.
But people these days, they cannot get rid of it. They pay money for it in order to get drunk, in order to lose their minds.
Zaten insanın aklı yarı buçuk. Bir de onu içince iyicene sapıtıyor.
People are already half-brained, and when they drink alcohol or take these drugs, they'll completely lose their minds and go crazy.
Ne yaptığını bilmiyor.
And they then no longer know what they do. They lose their consciousness, their awareness.
O el-hamr, ummul habais diyor. İçki kötülüklerin anasıdır.
Alcohol is the mother of all badness.
Yani sarhoşluk kötülüklerin anasıdır.
When you are in a state of being drunk, that is the mother of all kinds of evil.
Her türlü şey yapar.
Because somebody who's drunk, who's lost his mind, may do anything.
Çıkar ondan sonra bir şey yapmadım, haberim yoktu.
And he may do anything, and then in the end, when you ask him what he did, he says, I can't remember, I'm not aware I did anything.
Aklım başında değil, sarhoştum.
I did not have my mind, I have lost my mind, I can't remember, I was in a state of being drunk.
Olur mu? Bir de Avrupa'da bile gavur dedin ki elin gavuru bile sen arabayı içkili kullanırsan ehliyet gider. Buradaki mübarek Müslüman ülkedeyiz güya. İçki içenin o kadar insanı da öldürür. Bilmem ne yapar. Kırmızı ışıkta geçeceği kadar cezası bile yok galiba.
And we here live now in a so-called Muslim country, but when you look at how things are dealt with when somebody drinks alcohol and drives a car when drinking alcohol, driving a car while being drunk, you don't get even a fine to the amount of crossing a red light. But just compare to Europe, a so-called disbelievers country, when the countries in Europe, which we call disbelievers, if you drive a car while being drunk, then you lose your driving license. But whereas here, you may just get a fine which amounts to a sum that is maybe equivalent to crossing a red light.
Ne diyeceksin? Ya bu insanlara biraz nefislerine uymaması için ceza lazım.
And this is not the right way. There should be consequences for being drunk, especially when driving a car, and there should be a fine in order to teach and train the ego.
Ceza muhakkak lazım. Allah muhafaza etsin.
There should be a punishment for the ego.
Nefsimizin şerrinden.
May Allah Almighty protect us from the evil of our ego.
Uyma. Çünkü bu çok çoğaldı. Her tarafta İslam aleminde çok çoğaldı.
Because people getting drunk has increased. In particular in Muslim countries, people are getting drunk.
Neden? İman kalmadı çünkü.
And why is that the case? Because people, and even in Muslim countries, they have lost their faith, or they lack faith.
İmanları kalmadı. Müslümanız. Hatta bazı sapık şeyler kendilerini çok Müslüman sayıp da başkalarını kafir sayanlar.
They claim to be Muslims, but they don't have faith. And it is those Muslims who do these kind of things who also look down onto others and label them as disbelievers.
Onu helal söyleyip onlarla beraber onları kullandırırlar. Ondan sonra milleti öldürürler, ezdirirler, her türlü kötülük yaparlar.
And they proclaim things to be halal and make things do crazy and bad things. They kill people, they oppress people.
Allah muhafaza etsin bu şerlerden.
May Allah Almighty protect us from such evil.
Şeytan şerrinden, nefsimizin şerrinden.
May Allah Almighty protect us from the evil of shaitan and our egos.
Deneme, tecrübe diye bir şey yok.
And one should never get close or approach such drugs. And there is no such thing as only testing it once.
Onu sakın وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْخَبَائِث diyor Allah. Ona yaklaşmayın diyor Allah Azze ve Celle. O şeylere sakın.
It is an order of Allah Almighty to not approach such bad things, and don't listen to those who encourage you to just test it or try it out.
Onun yanına uğramayın.
Don't even come close to approaching it.
Ne de uzak dursun.
Stay far away from it.
Pislik uzak dursun. Allah muhafaza etsin
Stay away from bad things.
hepimizden. Ve minallah tevfik. El Fatiha.